Namaskara, Harsha here. Welcome back to the 21-day handstand mastery in order for you to do that perfect handstand that you've been dreaming about. Today is the day 7. The last 6 days, I taught you 6 different hand balancing asanas that you have to do. We're practicing hand balancing in a sequential way, gradually increasing the strength day by day. Today is the day 7, and the asana for today is Kukkutasana. For this, it's very essential that you should be able to practice Padmasana. Now let's see how this is done. So in order for you to do this, if you have a pair of bricks, you can use them. If you don't have a pair of bricks, you can use books or anything that brings this at least say about 3 inches of elevation from the floor. If you don't have anything around you, don't worry, we can just do the practice however, wherever you have, with whatever you have. So let's get started. How do we do Kukkutasana in Padmasana? So in this, first we're going to adopt the Padmasana. First I'm going to start by bending the right leg, and then on top of that I place the left leg like this. I keep my back straight. Now I bring my bricks close to one another. I'm going to place it right next to the foot. You see, this is where my foot is, and I've kept the brick right next to the foot. I look front. I place my palms on the brick. First, I lift the legs up. See, the knees will be down. I lift the legs and move the knees closer towards the chest. And once I do this, I lean forward and then I lift up. Most of the times what happens when you're doing this for the first time, you place the palms next to the thighs and then you try to lean forward and then lift. That doesn't work. Most of my students, or even if you have practiced before, even you would have done this mistake. If you want to lift the legs up in Kukkutasana, it's very essential that you move the heels closer towards the pelvis. That's the first one. And once you're able to do this, you lift the knees. Naturally, the palms will sit right in front of the buttocks. By regular practice, you'll even be able to balance on your knuckles like this. See? But this takes years of practice. Even it took me almost 8-9 years to reach here. So don't push yourself too much, don't beat yourself up, go slow. Even I started with a pair of bricks. That's exactly why I am showing you today for the first time as to why you have to do with the support of the brick. With elevation, all the hand balancing asana becomes easier. So let's give this another try. I'm keeping the brick right next to the foot. I move the legs closer towards the chest. I lift the knees and then I lift. So this is Kukkutasana. You can start by practicing this for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and you can gradually increase the stay in Kukkutasana for up to 30 seconds. That's half a minute. So this I've done with my left leg on top. Now I'm going to change that. It's very essential that you do on both the sides just to maintain the symmetry of the body, which I'm going to talk more about in the subsequent videos. It's very essential whenever you're practicing asanas, you have to do on both the sides. Left, right. So, we've interchanged the legs. I've kept the bricks now a little bit ahead. If you've been practicing for quite some time, you find it easier, or you actually kind of feel you want to push yourself, then you keep the bricks right next to the thighs. I forgot to tell you this earlier. As someone who's doing Kukkutasana for the first time, keep the bricks next to the knee, not way ahead, just a little bit behind, about 2 inches just behind the knees. Okay? Becomes much easier, because if you keep the bricks here at the back, lifting the body up becomes very difficult for you. Okay, now I've kept the brick a little bit ahead. That's right next to the thighs. So let's see how this goes. I lift the thighs up. I bring the knees closer towards the chest and then up. And then I come down. So for me, since I've been practicing for quite some time, I find it difficult to do this if I keep the bricks ahead. If you're a beginner, you'll find it easier if you keep the bricks ahead. For me, keeping the brick behind, right next to my buttocks, is much easier. So I lift the thighs off the mat. I pull it closer towards the chest. I place the bricks next to the buttocks and then I lift. And if you're someone who's been practicing for quite some time, you feel like, nah, my practice doesn't feel complete because I'm using the brick. Because even for me, when I use the bricks, I don't feel, that I'm putting a lot of effort. But this happens only after years of practice. If you're a beginner, you start off with this. So for those who've been practicing for quite some time, you can go for the knuckles, place the palms next to the buttocks, and then lift. And if you're someone who finds even this easier, you can go for 3 fingers. But remember, this is strictly forbidden if you're a beginner. If you haven't done hand balancing ever in your life, never, ever do this. This is only for those students or practitioners or teachers who've been teaching for the last 3-4 years. So let's see how this goes with the knuckles on 3 fingers. Okay, I'll start with 4 because I haven't done this in quite some time, so even I'm finding it difficult. I'm going to go for the 4 fingers. And then down. Now let's see if I'm able to do 3 of them, 3 fingers. Okay, so start with the palm on the brick. Find that easier, go for the palm, and then move on to the knuckles. So this is how you go step by step, one step at a time, in order to reach the perfect handstand that you've been wanting to do. This, practicing on knuckles, will help you strengthen your knuckles also. So today is the day 7 Kukkutasana. Please do give this a try along with all the other hand balancing asanas that I've taught you in the last 6 days, and continue to practice this sequence. Please do let me know how you felt in the comments below. I really look forward to reading them. Take care of yourself, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.